stream a little bit early. Because I know that as soon as I do... Yep, my stream category disappears! Woo! Time to fix that. Time to fix that. Bam. Bam! We're back. We're back, bleaties. I hope that you're having a lovely Sunday so far. I hope you've all been great since Wednesday. Gosh, what a ride. We're nearly finished. We're nearly finished with the Inner Worlds too. So I hope you look forward to that. But until then, good morning. Good morning. Well, happy lunchtime if you're in the UK at least. And I'm EP Sheepy. Amarantia Patronella Sheepy Sheep Genius, possessed of 2 whole brain cells, twice as many as your average sheep. And that kind of enables me to play video games. And I certainly do try. I try. I'm very trying. I try. But more importantly, I get to hang out with my wonderful bleaties. My wonderful bleaties who are fantastic. And I'm so glad that I get to spend time with you all. So a quick reminder about where we're at with Danganronpa. If you're here now, it must be because you want to see what's going to happen. So it's been kind of weird since we had our last loss, if you like. We lost our last team member. We've kind of been thrown into a weird state of turmoil. Nagito has gone off the rails even more than he already did. So now Nagito is like trying to be some kind of martyr to the cause of hope. And how he's going to do that is not completely clear, but it seems to me like our boy is itching to get himself killed. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. So now we're trying to figure out, without his help particularly. Good morning, Daniel. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's great to see you. So now we're doing a bit of investigation, having been pushed by Nagito to do so, because otherwise he was apparently going to blow up the islands. I don't know why anybody believes you can watch before bed. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so glad you're here. We're gonna see what's coming next. Hey, Antori, it's great to see you. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday too. I hope you've had a fantastic week yourself. I've been good, thank you. So now having been pushed by Nagito to do even more investigating, because he managed to convince a bunch of brain-dead high schoolers that he definitely had enough explosives to eradicate the islands, and he definitely didn't, by the way. He had a few fireworks. We're gonna do some more investigating. We need to figure out what's in the school, and we need to figure out why the fuck is there a military grade munitions outpost on this island. There's a lot of still unexplained stuff. Still unexplained. And even though we are in theory on the last island, which kind of implies to me like this is towards the end of the game, I really don't feel like we're actually that close to the end of the story. I really don't feel like we're that close to the end of the story. It doesn't feel like we're coming to anything conclusive. So time to do a little bit of magic. Do you like magic? I like magic. So we're gonna do some magic. Abracadabra, alakazam. Show me Danganronpa. I really hope that this doesn't contain ham. I miss Gundam. I miss Gundam so much. Why? Why did they have to take our boy? Why did they have to take our boy away? Sorry, I still haven't recovered. Yeah, damn, Nagito lied. Can't believe it. I'm also wondering what that giant ticking bomb is all about. I don't know. Is today the finale? I have no idea exactly where we're going, but We're gonna do our best to find out. We're gonna do our best to find out. So now we've been into the main factory, we've seen some fireworks that Nagito set up for us. And now, now we're going to be going into the storeroom. That's the white door that you can see on the right, just behind Akane there. There should be something in there. Now, we went in there once before, or at least we had a quick poke. We poked our nose in and there was nothing important seemingly. But this is Danganronpa, and whenever something seems unimportant, it ends up being generally real important. As you do. Huh. Can I just check that the audio levels are okay with everyone? Are you able to hear the music okay? You can hear me okay? The games, like, everything is okay? Like, if there are any problems with audio at any point, please let me know, because I do not hear what you hear. Just a quick reminder there. Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. Absolutely, Coda. Time for even more Nagito. I'm sure you can imagine how thrilled I am. What happened to opening it slowly? Yeah, we were gonna open the door slowly at first because, you know, we've just been punked by Nagito once. So we don't know what delights and surprises are waiting for us behind this door. And at first we thought maybe the door's been booby-trapped, so we were going to open it slowly, and now Akane's being Akane, and she's like, nah, fuck that noise, we're going to kick this baby in. We're going to take it off its hinges. Ibuki style. Akane ignored their protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. Bam! Okay, Soda, calm down. We just opened the door. Dude. It's okay. He's already decided that there's gonna be an explosion. It's gonna blow up. Instinctively, we tensed our bodies and braced ourselves. But, what's this? What happened? Looking sad. I'm gonna guess nothing happened. There was no explosion. Oh, we can see the Monokumas on the floor. Remember there was a bunch of like Monokuma merchandise being stored and stashed away in here. Sure is dark. Looks like there aren't any lights on. Is Nagito really in here? Okay, so the last time I opened a door like this, and you know, we were on the viewing end, it just takes me back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm half expecting to come in and find Nagito hung. He's just hanging out with his, like, Monokuma pals. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Absolutely, Space Pirate. Not Sayuri again. Not again! I'm also not comforted by the fact that he's literally just said there's hymn music playing throughout, blaring loud. I mean, usually when you hear hymn music, certainly when I think of movies, it tends to be under two situations, and one of them is because, like, it's a church scene where someone's either getting married or it's a funeral, or in the case of literally any other situation, it's a psychopath reveling in their pseudo religious zealotry of whatever strange mentality they subscribe to. Nagito feels like the second one of those two groups. Yes, really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. And as if on cue, it suddenly started. I don't think I want to know what it is, Bleaties. I've come to this conclusion. I don't like this anymore. I'm going to shut the door and I'm going to leave. Let's make like a tree. We're gonna make like a tree and split. Oh my fucking why? Anyone else immediately start hearing One-Winged Angel? Huh? It's on fire! He says he don't see it, he don't blah, 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 blah. Yep. Yep. Oh my god, okay. Okay. Everything is on fire. Everything is on fire. This is just fine. Yes, Chef Ramsay, that you? Why'd you have to do it? A fearsome blaze suddenly began dancing inside the dark warehouse, like fiery wings spreading out before us. What was going on? For now, we must extinguish these flames. Let us hurry and put them out. Ah, Sonia, the one voice of reason. How are we supposed to put this fire out? I'm absolutely digging like the the fire in the windows behind. It's like just the two different screens, like, you know what I mean? I love the simplicity of it. There should be some fire extinguishing supplies inside the factory break room. Perhaps we should use those? Was there? I don't remember seeing that. Got it. Let's head for the break room. Did we see that before? I feel like this is a big setup. I feel like this is a really big setup. After listening to Sonia, we ran into the factory. We ran back into the factory. I mean, we're here again. So we're looking for a fire extinguisher in the break room. Right, let's go. Let's go! Oh yeah, you're right, Coda. You're right, Coda. Yes, I couldn't get into the break room before. That was off limits. I tried and they just said it wasn't a possibility. You are correct. You are correct. A break room is here, right? Who's in the break room? Why is that swinging? That's unsettling. That's unsettling. Ooh. Where are the fire extinguishing supplies? I mean, can I look around? If anybody spots some Monokuma. Fire extinguishers here? Are you fucking kidding? Fire extinguishers here? These are grenades! Monokuma, your sense of humor never ceases to amaze me. What the fuck? A huge supply of lined up plastic bottles. It looked like there's some kind of liquid inside them. You found it. Those are fire grenades. But grenades? Grenade implies, like, explosion? Like, that doesn't sound like something that puts out a fire. What? Fire grenades? They're basic fire extinguishing goods. Oh, okay, that's on me. Okay, they are extinguishers. I'm just stupid, apparently. I mean, we knew that. I have only 2 brain cells, but, you know. When you throw them in a fire, the container breaks and the chemical inside puts out the fire. But this is strange. The last time I peeked inside this place, I recall seeing other fire extinguishing supplies too. This should be plenty. Let's hurry up and go back to the warehouse. You never heard of these things either, Coda. I'm glad it's not just me. It's normal? I mean, man, if it's normal, maybe not. Certainly not in the UK. It's certainly not normal here. I have never heard of fire extinguishing grenade before. That's very new to me. That's very new to me. We grabbed all the fire grenades and rushed back to the warehouse. Also, does nobody find that sign a bit suspicious? Like, kind of on the nose? Make sure you don't get too close to the fire. It's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous! Don't ever get too close to fire, bleaties. I feel like this doesn't need to, like, be said, but... Honestly, Space, yeah, I mean, it sounds kind of made up to me too, but I guess it must be a thing. No way, Antori, you've seen fire extinguisher grenades before? Whoa. So it is a real thing. It is a real thing. It's just, yeah, I've never seen anything like that. Just because I've not seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Take care not to inhale the smoke as well. We should throw the grenades from the door at the same time. Oh, you've only seen it on the internet, Antori. Do you know, for real, after today, I'm gonna have to, like, Google that. I'm gonna have to Google that and look it up. I'm fascinated. Looks like the curtain in the back is burning up. We just have to aim for that, right? Alright, let's go. Let's go! It looks like they're throwing Pokeballs. We aimed for the curtain in the back and threw all the fire grenades, one after another. But... Did we just... It could be a future sci-fi thing, Space, or we just got fucking punked again. Or we just got punked again and we just blindly believed what was on the label without double checking. Maybe we should have opened the bottle and given it a sniff? Is it possibly fucking, like, petrol in there or something? Is it petrol? We've just made the fire even worse? Who'd be the best Pokemon trainer? Why is it Jackie? Absolutely Kodo. I want 1,000 words on that topic. And I want it in my Discord this evening. Who would be the best Pokemon trainer of the group? Why is it Chiaki? Give me your reasoning. 1,000 words. Let's go. The curtain absorbed the impact of the thrown grenades, which fell on the floor and shattered. They were completely ineffective at extinguishing the burning curtain. Okay, but I'm still not entirely sold. Does it not seem like the fire is intensifying? If the fire continues to rise, it will inflame the ceiling. It will. Can someone, like, I don't know, can we get some water in here? No. Actually, I take that back. This place is full of electronics. Water is absolutely the worst fucking thing. No, we need CO2 foam. We need CO2 foam. This is possibly an electrics fire, and if not, it's at risk of becoming an electrics fire. Did they pull a Patrick and toss the fire extinguisher at the flames? Space! Space, that's so possible, and I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. Oh no, the fire's getting worse. Oh, Fuyuhiko's little face. Look at, oh no, he looks so terrified. Fuyuhiko, no. This is bad. We've already used up all the grenades. What are we gonna do? All we can do now is pray for rain. Praying for rain indoors? Like, Akane, I know that you also share a limited amount of brain cells like myself, but yikes. Yeah, do they even have a proper fire extinguisher? That's kind of what I was expecting, Daniel. I thought we were gonna go into the staff room, and there was gonna be one of those, like, you know, handheld chubby doohickeys with the thing on, you know, and you point it and you spray. Yeah, maybe this is a furnace room. The flames are normal. Oh my god, the furnace room. That takes me back to the first game. Maybe. Holy shit, Space. That's a real big brain thought there. That's a real big brain thought. Maybe there is a furnace at the back. Don't be stupid. There's no way it'll I can't even read that straight because it's such a dumb line. There's no way it'll conveniently start raining if we pray for it. I mean, you don't know that. What if there is actually, you know, in the ceiling? In the ceiling? Maybe, 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 maybe? Like, damn. But yeah, there's no proper fire extinguisher. It's, hold on a minute. No wait, what the fuck? So there actually was a fire alarm thing in here all along? Come the fuck on. I don't believe it. What? So this is the power of the Japanese teru teru bozi. Okay, if someone can tell me what the fuck that means. Got another thing I'm gonna have to Google. Sprinkler system, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Danu. Yeah, sprinkler system. That's not it. It looks like the sprinkler's activated. Oh, the sprinklers. They must have detected the smoke and turned on. Water continued to vigorously pour out of the sprinklers. Wait. Bleaties, no, that means that we've just used up all of our fire extinguisher supplies. So if there's another fire, or we need them for literally anything else, we've just spaffed them up the wall. Well, that was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, those sprinklers took their sweet time, didn't they, Antori? Hey, DJ, Baramu! Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Certainly a better day than these four, who have just failed spectacularly to put out a fire. Oh, what's going to be left in this room? Surprised that Monokuma has a sprinkler system, honestly. Guess what? Oh, I don't know. Tell me, DJ. So it looks like the fire is out. Oh yeah, you stole one of my YouTube shorts. Thank you so much. I appreciated it. In before, this is Monomi's room. Antori, no. Monomi constantly being shat on. Oh, thank you so much, DJ. I really appreciate it. Oh, looks like the fire is out. Yeah, but what was destroyed in this room, Bleaties? What was destroyed in this room that we failed to, like, stop the fire going? Oh, I mean, you're recommended. Oh, lucky me. Thank you. And that's our relief. Oh, Monokuma's not happy. Monokuma's not happy. All of his merchandise just got trashed. No. The hell? Man, my merch is drenched. It's got splattered with water and now it's soaked. I mean, he seems kind of hot and bothered by that. Oh, ooh. Ugh. It's so wet. Hey, is it okay to look inside now? Ooh, time out. You can't, no way. Why not? I want to look in here. Half of it's been, like, fucking razed to the ground anyway. So, there can't possibly be anything else you're hiding in here. Let me look around. Why can't we go inside? Smoke and hazardous gas is spreading throughout the warehouse, so it's gonna ventilate for a while. Okay, calling bullshit. Bullshit on that, we've got the door open. Fuyuhiko, no, don't buy into it. I guarantee that Monokuma is like a chemtrail believer. He's trying to blind you with his tinfoil hat pseudoscience. Don't believe his lies. Hey, Root! Good to see you. Hello again. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I guess you're right. It'd be a problem if we breathed in any lingering smoke.
for the sake of your health, please wait just a little while.
I don't trust you, Monokuma. He's gonna fiddle with things and tamper with stuff. There's something in here. There's something in here, Bleaties, that we need to see. There's something in here we need to see, and he's hiding it from us. So I'm saying I would gladly explore a room full of smoke from a massive fire. Fair, you got me. You got me. I mean, it's more that I want to make sure. I'm in a hurry to make sure that he can't, by he I mean Monokuma. The Monokuma can't like conceal anything from me. I'm just impatient. I'm desperately impatient. I'm all about that. All about that monoxide poisoning life in exchange for finding the clues. Are you saying you wouldn't? Are you saying you wouldn't risk monoxide poisoning and permanent lung damage for the sake of finding clues? Yeah? Because, I mean, all of the like noir film detective movies that I've seen in my life tell me that you risk everything. If you're not constantly smoking, if you're not constantly filling your lungs with smoke, you are not detecting properly, right? Oh, I almost feel a bit bad for Monokuma. I almost gotta risk it for biscuit. Absolutely, Coda. Absolutely. Even if that biscuit is actually just fucking lung cancer. Jesus Christ.
While you're waiting, why don't you check out the Monokuma Theater I freshly prepared?
You won for Best International Film Routine. Yes, congrats. Congrats indeed. The Oscars this year was fascinating.
Oh, thank you for the love hearts, DJ.
Oh, poor Monokuma. So he's prepared a Monokuma Theater. It feels too soon, but I guess we're gonna see that now then. While he's cleaning up the room. Oh, what has this comedy show got in store for us today?
Everything is a lie. Monokuma doesn't exist. The Monokuma Theater doesn't exist. Everything is fiction.
See, this is just playing into my tinfoil hat theory from when I first started the game, that this is all a simulation, right? Maybe this is Monokuma's way of telling us that it is all a simulation.
There's no meaning whatsoever.
Or, of course, it is just that Monokuma's a fucking enormous nihilist. He could just be a huge nihilist. Have I seen I'm Still Here? No, I haven't. Not yet, Ruth. Not yet. I haven't had time to watch any films recently, Bleaties. I need to catch up.
There's no relationship whatsoever.
Yeah, apart from Monokuma Theater. Exactly, DJ. This is my cinema right now. Absolute cinema.
Everything was made. Monokuma can't be found anywhere. What are you doing here anyway?
I am so sure that the Monokuma Theater segments are supposed to be telling me what's actually going on if you pay like proper attention.
Yeah, now the Monokuma Theater is over, I'm sure it's finished ventilating. Ooh, so I'm finally starting to feel better.
Why were you not feeling well, Monokuma?
Just because my important merch was ruined doesn't mean I should be depressed about it forever.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that those merch sales, they weren't exactly gonna be record-breaking, were they? Were they, Bleaties?
Whenever I feel depressed, I ask myself this question. Why are your eyes on the front?
Bleaties, what do you think the answer is? Why are your eyes on the front? So you can see the way forward, maybe?
Yeah! Called it!
I know how Monokuma's brain works. I'm on the same wavelength as this silly stuffed bear. We are two of a fluff. Both of us. Born of fluff, we shall die of fluff.
So we can move forward. Don't be sad about what's already happened and be positive.
We get it already. Sonya's had enough. Enough with your bullshit. Fuyuhiko came to this island having had enough. Okay, I'll leave the rest to you guys. Hey Leo, good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Hello.
I turned on the light for you guys too. You might hurt yourself if it's dark.
Don't want to hurt ourselves. What a thoughtful bear. Also, what I'm thinking is, why would he turn the light on? Unless there's something in it for him? Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. You're just waking up. Oh, good morning, good morning.
Go now, go ahead. Right ahead.
Is Nagito inside? I mean, I guess he could be. If he is inside, I'm kind of feeling like maybe he was the one set on fire. You know? I think, guys, I've just had a thought. Did we just fucking, like, give Nagito a Viking burial? And we didn't even know it? Was he wrapped up in the blanket? Did we just throw petrol on that blanket and make it burn even more? Have we just fried Nagito to a crisp? Oh well, I guess we're about to find out. What the fuck? Absolutely, it might still have been a lie. You're completely correct, Kodo. We cannot believe everything Nagito says, if anything. Oh, imagine, exactly, Leo. It's just I struggle to take everything Nagito says at face value because he does have his own agenda, so I guess we're about to find out. He said in his video message that he probably escaped by now. There was so much fire and smoke, and I thought I'd finally get to beat the crap out of him this time. It's okay, Akane. It's okay. Next time, sweetie. Next time. Oh no, we're all the culprits. That means we get to go home. Oh, that would be so good, Leo. That would be so good. We'd find the loophole. We'd find the loophole. If we were all complicit, in one murder, man, wouldn't that be like the simple way out? Nah, Monokuma would probably come up with some other rule that makes that not possible. Ugh. Have I seen the movie Rio? I have not, Root. I have not. I think I've heard of it though. Is it about parrots? I think it's about parrots. Oh dear. It's been a long time. Well, why don't we go inside and see how it's doing? Hajime, what happened? I think maybe he's like afraid to open the door. And I mean, I would also be after, like, you know, having the thought I just had, which is, didn't Nagito say he was in there? Yeah, I think you're right, Koda. Monokuma would find a way to make it possible that only one person was officially responsible. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, it is about the parrots. Yes, Root. I know exactly the film you're talking about. Is it the Faithful? Do you think it's Faithful? Well, nothing happened, but I don't know why. My heart is racing. It won't settle down. Oh dear. Sounds to me like our boy's having a panic attack. That's no good. We need to get him a brown paper bag or possibly some diazepam. I'm scared. As if an intense malice is about to stab me. Stab me through my whole body. He's in love, Space Pirate. Oh my god, that's it. He's overwhelmed. He's overwhelmed by emotion. And I can't even budge. It feels like everything was too late. Why do I feel this anxious? This is very, very foreboding. I have to admit, I have a very bad feeling now that perhaps we just threw petrol on Nagito. I think that might have been something that just happened. Oh god, okay. Okay. What is in here then? A charred odor permeated through the warehouse, and the air was so heavy it was hard to breathe. Oh, Root, that sounds lovely, Root. I will absolutely have to watch that. That sounds fascinating and adorable. I love it. Even if we didn't do anything, the whole place was burning. Yeah, that's true. How are you gonna survive? Fair, fair. So everyone was the killer. Well, like we were just saying, Space, I think even if everyone was the killer, Monokuma would find a way. Absolutely, Leo. If he is even here. We have plenty of reason to not trust things that Nagito tell us. You know? Nagito has lied many, many, many times. So I guess we're gonna find out. The moment I set foot inside the warehouse, a mixture of bewilderment, anxiety, and fear overtook me at once. Something smells. It's not me. Okay, but why was that your default reaction? Honestly, Soda, you don't help yourself sometimes. Yeah, that's fair, Space. He really stretches the truth. Nagito really stretches the truth. I'm terribly sorry. Okay, it's definitely not Sonia that smells though, what? Oh, Miss Sonia, say it ain't so. What, because girls don't smell? What? Oh no. Oh no, Bleaties, I don't like this idea. A smell that Akane has never smelled before. And this is a girl who's had a real rough upbringing, so she's probably been in some places and situations that make me think her sense of smell is pretty acute. I suddenly feel deeply concerned that maybe there actually is a body in here, and I would like to turn around and leave right now, please. Well, makes sense there are strange smells when a bunch of different things were burning. Hey everyone, did you know about that curtain? You mean the one that was on fire? What do you mean, no? I didn't notice it until the curtain was burning, but there's space on the other side of it too. Oh god, okay. Yeah, no, I heard that too, Leo, that burnt bodies apparently smell like roasted pork or something. Yeah. Oh god. If it smelled like pork, I imagine Akane would say, but then again, I too am now filled with trepidation. There is space on the other side. When I look where Chiaki is pointing, there's still space beyond the burned, tattered curtain. Well, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Is there perhaps another? Yeah. Is that a sticker? No. Okay. Sorry guys. I want to make sure that I don't miss another Monokuma sticker. And some of them are in real fiendish places. I guess we have to go to the back of the warehouse. Oh boy, I don't like this. Yeah, all the Monokuma plushies looking as if they're praying to something. Absolutely. I walk towards the burned, tattered curtain with slow, methodical steps. I never experienced such an oppressive atmosphere before, and I couldn't help holding my breath. And then, on the other side of the curtain, I saw the true source of the intense malice that I had been feeling.
Bleaties, I'm scared. I am scared.
Oh, I hope it's not. I hope it's not a jump scare. I'm not ready for that. I'm real bad at jump scares. What is it gonna be? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, what? No way! Oh, what the fuck? Wow, okay. I mean, on the one hand, awesome. He got what he deserved. But on the other hand, like, how did this happen? How did this happen? What a peaceful scene. Absolutely, Leo. What the fuck? The knife in the hand, and then the machine, and the feet tied, and what is this scene? What is this scene? Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone had enough of him, you know? Absolutely, Antori. Yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for. Oh my god, on the one hand, thank god, but on the other hand, holy fuck. Like, you see all those cuts on his legs and on his arm and stuff? Like, whoa. Oh, wow. There is so much to unpack here. Holy shit. Holy shit. I mean, same, Dan, you kind of happy, not gonna lie. I did want this. You're right, Leo. I did want this. No, I am glad that this dude is gone. I mean, yeah, he didn't go out in a chill way. Judging by the fact that he's clearly screaming through the duct tape. It's funny because seeing all of the cuts on his arms reminds me of like in fact, and the way that he's tied up as well remind me of a bunch of like ancient Chinese execution methods. One of them is having all of your limbs tied to horse-drawn carts and you get dismembered. And the other one is death by 1,000 cuts, which was having your limbs hacked apart piece by piece. Yeah, it kind of, this whole scene just reminds me of that. And then the spear in the gut for like good measure, which has come from the machinery. It must be one of the quiet girls, absolutely space pirate. Someone with a lot of quiet pent-up rage. But you know what? Didn't he say this was what he wanted? Wasn't this what Nagito wanted? He wanted to be made an example one way or another. One way or another, so either way, Nagito got what he wanted. But judging by that look on his face, he saw nothing but despair in the end, and I mean... Well, it sure doesn't seem like he found the ending that he wanted. Yeah, that spear straight up Mortal Kombat finisher, for real, for real. Yeah, this is a lot to look at. Holy fuck. I didn't expect this. I was very much expecting a toasted corpse. One way or another, I'm gonna get you. Absolutely. Oh, ironic indeed. Ironic indeed. He saw nothing but despair at the end. After all of that absolute mindless gooning over hope. And this is how he met his end. He believed himself to be the ultimate lucky student, but what was lucky about this? What was lucky about this? He believed in his luck so adamantly, and who started the fire as well? Like, Bleaties, we have a lot to unpack here. And honestly, I'm quite excited. I am quite excited about this. Oh, finally this fuckhead is gone. Now we get to enjoy figuring out how, who, and why. By the time I realized I was looking at the remains of Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student, time had already stopped. I mean, he definitely won the lotto for most violent death. Absolutely, damn you. Absolutely. Oh, smile at hope in the name of despair. Well, our boy wasn't smiling at the end. He definitely wasn't smiling. Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagito is dead. Ding dong, the bitch is dead, the wicked bitch, the silly bitch. Ding dong, this horrible bitch is dead. What a shame. What a shame. When I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend the reality yet. I mean, you're absolutely right, Space. Maybe he was happy. Just look for a pitch tent. Yeah, this must be the final case, surely. Surely, right? 5 islands, 5 chapters, 5 cases. That would make sense. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on here? Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I mean, it's Nagito, you know. See, even Akane's just like, I'm so used to this guy. I'm so used to this guy being utter bullshit that I'm expecting this to be bullshit. That's right. That's Nagito. He always messed with us. Always tried to confuse us. That's why. I mean, yeah, that would be some pretty amazing acting. I can't believe it. I mean, we have to believe it because there he is. It's a lot of raspberry jam. It's a lot of raspberry jam and grape juice. There is only one thing in mind that makes me think there's only one way this might not be Nagito, okay? There's only one way this might not be the real Nagito. And that's going back to remembering that there's a machine that builds humanoid people, okay? There's a machine that builds humanoid people, androids, in the factory. And we know that's possible, but it looked like it was making female models, right? So I very much doubt this is an android. I think this is very much the real Nagito. And judging by how absolutely mangled he is, he got put through the ringer by someone who had really had enough. Yeah, we need to conduct an autopsy. Mikan! Oh no. Oh, maybe not. Oh no. Damn it. Ripping pepperones. Forever reminded of our loss. Yeah, they're multiplying Antori, honestly. You want one? I wouldn't mind an android. That'd be pretty cool. I could get it to do all of my housework for me. That'd be fun. Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. He's dead. Deep down, I believed that when the killings finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected I'd be looking at Nagito's body like this. I mean, it was always a possibility. Everybody here can die. Everybody here can die. But I did think he was gonna be, like, char-grilled. Also, the smell. The smell that Akane mentioned, that feels very important right now. I'm guessing maybe that's to do with machine patrol? A female android for chores. Yeah, defo. For sure. Chores, definitely. It's not a very nice way to talk about yourself. I couldn't help seeing in his dead, frightened face But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagito couldn't escape that truth. But even something as small as that... Oh! Body time! Body time! Yeah, no mention of the smell anymore. Exactly, there's gotta be... the fact that Akane mentioned a strange smell, I feel like that's gonna be important. It's Bim Bom time! Body discovery. Look at him supping on his cocktail. Can't help but feel a bit jealous. A body's been discovered! Right, Bleaties. It's investigation time! This is the best bit. This is the best bit of the game. I love the investigation stuff. The body discovery announcement. Then it's for real. Then Nagito really is dead? It's not just that he's dead. If the body discovery announcement was made, that means Nagito was killed. I mean, it does, but who by? Who by? Everything in this game is a clue. Absolutely, Antori. I feel like I'm so... The game has made me so hyper aware of every silly detail because of the number of times something seemingly completely irrelevant has turned out to be important. Killed. Plus it's one of us! I mean, that's what it means, right? Well, yeah, but who done it? Exactly, Daniel. Who? Who done it? I would love to know, and that's what we're gonna find out. Like I said, it's so funny to me, like his whole... The way that he's died, it just reminds me of ancient Chinese torture techniques. Like, this is not without intent. This is very, very deliberate. The way that he's been tied up, like, the knife through the hand, like, because that arm was tied up as well, you can see, right? But the rope has been snapped. So that arm was tied up, and then his arm was freed, but his hand was impaled with a knife instead. The force required, by the way, because that floor looks stone to me, the force required to get that knife to impale through his hand and into cold hard stone, it's got to be someone quite strong. But it can't have been Akane, because she's been with us the whole time, I think? Man, there are questions. There are questions. One of us killed him so brutally. My money's on Sonya, guys. My money's on Sonya. Then it's going to start again. The class trial's gonna start soon, right? Yep. We gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagito's killer is. I think it was Monokuma. Let's put Monokuma on trial, BTs. Let's put Monokuma on trial. Yeah, maybe he was happy during the murder, so the killer wanted to stop that before the kill. Yeah, you could be right. I mean, yeah, exactly, Antori. That's my big question, is how did they get him into this situation in the first place? Like, he must have been willing to be, like, tied up or something at some point. Honestly, Leo, I can't let it go. I can't let it go, Leo. I keep thinking something about her is just so off, right? Something about Sonya is just so off. I'm looking forward to finding out what her real secret is. No matter who you guys sacrifice, you're determined to survive and leave the island, right? And the time for action is now. So, allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma fire! Hold it right there! Monomi, do you mind? I was looking forward to receiving my Monokuma fire! You rude bitch. The disrespect. The disrespect.
Well, don't get in my way like that. I was about to whip out the Monokuma fan in such a cool way.
Yeah, he always seemed one step ahead of everybody. It's true, Space. Like, Nagito always knew what was going on, and I don't think that's an accident. I don't think that's an accident at all. I think that maybe he's had previous experience. And remember as well, he mentioned that someone had been here in the beginning who, like, bailed. And I feel like he was talking about, Face. He was talking... Why have I forgotten his name all of a sudden? Byakuya, yeah. I feel like he was maybe talking about Byakuya. So, there's someone else. There's someone else around.
Shut up! I can't stand this anymore! How much longer are you gonna keep putting them through this? No more! I won't let you!
Oh my god, Bleedies, has she maybe got her magic stick back?
I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions.
He doesn't seem convinced.
Say something. I'll now remember who you are. You're Manomi.
The disrespect. Manomi fighting back for real.
You just noticed!
Manomi, don't fall for the bait. Oh, I think she already fell for it.
Anyway, Manomi, if you're gonna talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first?
I really hope this is a Manomi redemption arc. Come on, Manomi, be useful, goddammit. Be useful.
Huh? What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I know I want to know. Oh, is she suddenly gonna bail? Is she suddenly gonna duck out?
What no fair are you shutting up to?
Oh, Sonia can't deal with this. Sonia can't deal with this. Maybe Sonia knows something. Maybe Sonia knows something and she doesn't want it to come out. Enough already. We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please do not say anything else that will confuse us. No, she's all in tears while Chiaki is being incredibly rational. Yep, Chiaki is a straight down to business kind of girl. Anyway, let's begin. Huh? But oh, come on. You're not even gonna let Monomi have a chance at redeeming herself? Come on, guys. Come on, please. Please. Come on. Yeah, I don't think that the killer is gonna be even remotely remorseful. That was such a fucking horrific way to murder someone. Clearly, slowly and painfully, right? It's not an accident. It's not an accident, and it's not something that anyone is going to feel bad about doing. Yeah, Chiaki doesn't want to ruin her win-loss ratio. Honestly. I mean, in the end, we still have to do it, right? As long as the killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault we couldn't even prevent it. I mean, is it your fault you couldn't prevent it? I'm personally not in agreement with that. I know that's the only way we can survive, right? I know she gave up Space Pirate. I'm so disappointed. I wanted Monomi to wade in.
Looks like you kids are more well behaved than Monomi.
Don't fuck with me. We're tired of this too, you know. That's why I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time. I swear, he walked into my knife over and over again and then tied himself to the ground. Yes, Honor, that's definitely what happened. Can you imagine, Coda? Can you imagine? I'd love to see that in court. I'd love to see that in court.
Does that mean you guys are getting bored of this school trip?
Monokuma, we were bored of this school trip when we fucking arrived. Please. Nagito rolling on his grave with all these hopeless people. Absolutely, Space. Absolutely.
Don't worry, the end is near.
Sadly, I think when he says the end is near, I think he means the end of the world is near. Remember Nagito was warning us about that? I don't think Nagito was actually being dishonest about that. I think that was true. But I think that Nagito was making out he was responsible for it, which was total bullshit. The end?
Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You've already noticed it, right?
You mean the big clock that looks like a Monokuma face?
The meaning behind the Monokuma timer. There's only 2 days left, huh? When that timer reaches 0, 2 days from now.
Well, what will happen to us?
Killing school trip will be over.
And I'm guessing so will everything else? If this will finally be over, does that mean we could go home?
Do we finally get to go home, Bleaties? Is it that simple? Is it that simple? All we had to do was make it to the end, and then there would be no more consequences, and nothing bad would happen, and that would be it, and now we're all gonna live happily ever after?
I mean, sure, Nagito turning up dead is definitely a turn out for the books. But somehow I don't think that's where this stops.
Don't count your birds before they've hatched. There's still something you gotta do before that, right? He means we've gotta solve the case.
That's definitely enough for more murders. That's definitely enough time for more murders. But we have to do the investigation first.
So, once again, it's the Monokuma file.
We love the Monokuma file here, don't we? Don't we?
You guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. If you didn't hear, there won't be an afterword at all.
I mean, that's ominous.
Okay. Gambaru yo. Hold on.
Oh.
I won't let you escape this time. Wait right there.
Ah, yes. Because telling Monokuma to not go anywhere has ever worked before, especially when you are called Monomi. What do you guys think? Yeah, without the Monokuma file, we are screwed, Leo. We need that. We certainly need an autopsy of some sort. And right now, I think I've got a fairly decent idea of at least a couple of the things that might have killed Nagito. But first and foremost, the thing that killed Nagito is, are you ready? Are you ready? Drumroll. Nagito died because of death.
Oh, nice smart! Oh, nice smart! I'm so smart!
I hope you're proud of me. I hope you're proud of me. Oh, well-established shed is in my chat. I'd really like this well-established shed to be dismantled. Goodbye, Mr. Robot. What do you guys think? If the school trip is nearly at an end, it's safe to think we can go home, right?
There's no way!
Why would you be so dumb as to think that after all this, they'd just let you go? This is like a hostage situation. This is stupid.
Kazurichi, I understand how you feel, but We need to focus on Nagito's case first.
Exactly, Leo. He died of natural causes, and there's no cause more natural than death itself. Gotta be hopeful, Space, for sure. Gotta be hopeful, gotta maintain the possibility that they might get off this island, otherwise they just wouldn't even bother committing the murders in the first place, would they? Because they'd be like, well, there's no point. Oh my god. You are absolutely right, Antori. Nagito died in such a weird position we could start a religion around it. We could just have everyone surround him in like a summoning circle. You know? We'll swing back to the Titty Typhoon bar. Get ourselves a black curtain each, which we can wear as kind of like a secret cowl, like a cultist cowl. Go get that like disturbing memorial display from the hotel restaurant. Put that next to his body, right? And just start chanting around it. Cthulhu Fatagan. Cthulhu Fatagan. You thought it was just your nose whistling? No. Space, no. Then let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case so we can all go back home. It is so nice to think everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito. There's a killer among us. I mean, there is. The weight of those words began to sink into me. That was true of the previous cases, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I just couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagito. Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever it was stuck inside me. Not as stuck as it is inside Nagito! Oh, yeah, what if Nagito did this to himself? I mean, it's kind of possible, yeah. He did say he wanted to be a bit of a martyr. The way that the light is coming through the windows on the right there to perfectly illuminate his body. First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. Yes, we do! Monokuma file! Ah, Nagito Kameda. 5'9", but he had such short dude energy, damn. Birthday April 28th, blood type O. Why does his blood type matter? Oh yeah, because in a lot of classic Japanese literature and stuff, there is this fun idea that your blood type determines your personality and stuff, right? Blood type O is so uninteresting. Oh man, this tune, what a bop. The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Noon, eh? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. What about A-type? I think the A-type is supposed to be like the best type, essentially, like very stable, very reliable, something like that. All I know is that my blood type, EP's blood type, is regarded as like the stereotypical bad guy blood type. I'm AB. I'm AB. And where I live, that's quite a rare blood type. So I tried to like donate blood and stuff because I think it's a good thing to do, you know, because it's quite uncommon over here. But AB basically means you are comprised of two personalities, which makes you a psychopath! Woo! Let's hear it for the psychos in the crowd! Like a B blood type, I think, is maybe supposed to be more like kind of conservative and subdued. EP was evil all along, oh no! EP actually stood for evil puffball. I can't believe it! I can't believe it, I didn't realize. I was the demons. I was the demons! Man, that's such a brutal way to die. Pretty sure being AB means I can get donations from every blood type. I don't know about receiving blood. I seem to recall that O blood is universal. They can accept anything. But yeah. I just know that my blood type is rare, so I regularly get requests about like, can you donate? So I try to. I think it's a good thing to do. Everybody should donate blood if they can. It's a very good thing to do, and it will help people in one way or another. Because even if it doesn't immediately get transfused into someone's body, it gets used in like furthering medical research. So, oh, is that the way it works, Coda? Yeah, I'm not clued up particularly on these things. Like I said, I will have to double check that information. EP extra positive. Oh, thanks, DJ. I wish. Extra positive sheepy. But yeah, if you can donate blood at least once in your lifetime, I think it's a really good thing to do, and it definitely helps people out. It definitely helps people out in one way or another. Oh, what a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. It shouldn't be making you depressed, you should be jumping for joy. The most obnoxious asshat is now out of the picture, and he's not going to be confusing the case for us. We can just actually solve it. Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again, but what's wrong with it? Is there something missing? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. That is correct, yes. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. That is also correct. I guess the issue is it doesn't mention him being tied up. It's definitely weird. I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Thank God for Chaki. Chaki, my goddess, my queen, my angel. Thank you so much for keeping us all on task and on topic. You're the best. Don't worry. Wrong voice. Don't worry or form conclusions on your own. That makes me more worried than I should be. Is there blood on the blunt end of the rope? I need to investigate the body, damn you. I haven't had a chance yet because everyone's so busy speculating. But we're definitely gonna go and have a proper look. Oh, Coda, you provided me with information about blood types. So basically the cells have certain service structures, and if they have a structure the body doesn't recognize, the immune system attacks them. O-type doesn't have either of the two structures, so it doesn't get attacked. Oh, I understand. Oh, I see. Well, that's fascinating, Coda. That's very interesting. Very good to know. Also, it's even more reason for anybody with O blood type to please donate blood. Please donate blood if you have blood type O. I mean, obviously, donate blood if you have any blood type. It's always a good thing to do, but it sounds like people with O type are going to be the most in demand because they can be used for anybody, but not everybody can use for them. Any guesses before we start investigating? You know, Daniel, I am putting my money on Sonia this time. I don't want it to be Sonia, but I don't want it to be Chiaki even more. So I'm gonna say Sonia. I'm gonna say Sonia. Because I think there's actually a possibility that Sonia might have Oh, don't forget to give the video a like. Oh, bless you, Jackie. Bless you, Jackie. Thank you for the plug. Yeah, I love learning new things. I love learning new things. I am behind the sheep. I'm a researcher, so I really like knowledge. Knowledge is good. Knowledge is good. It's cool. It's cool to learn new things. It's cool to learn new things. It is cool to help people. Helping people is the best. If you can help make the world a better place in some small way, you definitely should. Even if it's just going into a cafe one day and, like, you know, paying it forward or something. Something small, giving someone change for a phone call, anything. You know, I think it's nice to help people when you can. But not at the, you know, not at the suffering of yourself. Like, not at your own expense. Don't hurt yourself, okay? But yeah, things like donating blood are amazing things to do. You know, and you get like nice drinks and biscuits and snacks while you do it, and everybody's really nice. So yeah, if you can, you absolutely should. I heard that in the US as well, you actually get paid for it, which is wild. That's wild to me. In the UK, it's like voluntary and you don't get paid shit. But that's okay because I like being given a cup of tea and a custard cream afterwards, so... To be honest, I just do it for the sense of helping people. I don't really want to be rewarded. You're gonna go save the world! Oh, bless you, Jackie. Bless you. Right, we're gonna check. We're gonna look at this body now. We need to know. We need to investigate because there's gonna be something a bit off about this this case. It would be too straightforward, you know. Otherwise, can't possibly be. Remaining as a shut-in is good for your community. Oh, bless you, Space. Bless you. If that's better for your mentality, that's fine. That's fine. No one should be hurting themselves. We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first. If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Jackie, you're so right. Well, I guess you're right. No, not I guess, Hajime. Not I guess she's right. You should be getting down on your hands and knees and kissing her fucking feet. Okay? She's definitely right. Then, let's start with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Feet? Indeed, Leo. Somebody mentioned feet? Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinklers that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. He probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Which is fucking ironic, Leeties. It's real ironic. Because he was harping on so much about wanting to die in the name of hope. I mean, he got what he wanted, but that look on his face says that maybe it didn't turn out to be the meadow full of flowers he hoped it would be. Truth bullet acquired. Indeed, indeed. So what... I want to look at the body first. I never expected him to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. Absolutely, Coda. All of a sudden he was like, actually, do you know what? Dying for you guys fucking sucks. And then he ends up dead. I mean, he brought this on himself, really. We could almost tolerate the bullshit when he was willing to be a martyr, but as soon as he like threw that in, we were like, okay, it's just not worth listening to you anymore, get dead. Maybe he wanted a cool death. Well, he certainly got one. Like I said, it reminds me of Chinese torture. Absolutely atrocious murder methods from the ancient era. I'm pretty sure that the Tianzi, which is like death by 1,000 cuts, I'm pretty sure that was something that only has a couple of recorded instances, but it's something that sounded so incredible when like discussed. people have blown it up to be like way more dramatic than it was. Like death by 1,000 cuts makes you think that someone was literally sliced up 1,000 times. They were not. The word 1,000 was just used for hyperbole, right, to make it sound more dramatic. It was basically the equivalent of being like decapitated and then drawn and then quartered. And then, yeah, that was like really, really bad because it was hugely disrespectful. Hugely disrespectful in terms of like ancestor worship, because your body was being torn apart, you know, and taken to pieces, which was ruining the work of your ancestors and especially your parents, which is massively unfilial. Really, really disgraceful. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. Man, that's the life of anybody who works in an office. That would be worse, actually. Death by 1,000 paper cuts would be way worse. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us, but even so, dying like this is just too cruel. History EP stream, let's go. Oh, that'll be one for another day. That'll be one for another day. I would love to talk to you guys about ancient Chinese guff, because I love that stuff. It's fascinating. But probably not for in the middle of Danganronpa. We'll sort that out. We'll sort that out, BTs. We can do a let's learn together. Even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times where we were only able to reach the truth because of him. Yeah, when I tell dark stories, invert my model colors. That's such a good idea. Evil EP. I go from being EP to being DP. DP sheepy. All of that deep, scary lore. Yeah, that could be fun. I like that idea, Jackie. I like that idea. Yeah, also saying that Nagito wasn't completely useless is a little bit of an understatement and a bit of a disservice, to be fair. It's not that he wasn't completely useless. It's just that he already knew the answers. He already knew the answers to everything, but nobody could take him seriously because he was just full of shit. Because he kept diluting his own wisdom with stupidity and talking too much, altogether too much. Also, that hunting knife, that just... Isn't that the knife? Wait a minute. Wait! That's it, Bleaties. Okay, Bleaties, I've had an absolute fucking epiphany. That knife, that's the hunting knife from the very first case. Do you remember there was a knife and we were saying that was like, that was gonna be the cause of death? It was taped to the underside of the table. It's the same knife. Look at it. It's exactly the same. It's the same, like the serrated knife, everything. The lacerations, Nagito was tied up and he was stabbed in the limbs like many times with that knife. And only once the killer was done stabbing him in the thighs and in the arm and stuff, like severing all of the possible veins that could help him bleed out quickly, then, no, wait. Yeah, no, that must be it. But then why is one arm untied? The fact that one arm is untied implies potentially he had a hand in like stabbing himself. Possibly himself, like he got himself free. Ah! Okay, it's something to do with that knife. That knife. It's something to do with that. Okay, I'm sure. I am absolutely sure of it. And obviously there's this silly thing, like a tube next to him that almost looks like it was like for gas or something. That's gotta be a part of it. But definitely that knife that's impaled in his hand, before it was in his hand, was used to stab his legs. Like I said, I think maybe to speed up the process of bleeding out. I'm not sure that it was purely for torture, because you have a lot of important, like, many important arteries on the insides of your like thighs and of your arms, and if you sever one of those, you die pretty fast. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, maybe it was his escape knife that the killer used. Yeah, maybe. You could be right. We'll never be confused by him again, and we'll never be saved by him again. He didn't save us in the first place. He was never trying to save us. He just wanted to see us, like, because he was so obsessed with how big brain he thought the ultimates were. He just desperately wanted us to be, like, beyond human, and we weren't beyond human because we're just a bunch of fucking teenage kids. Okay? And then he got pissed off because, what'd you know, we're just a fucking bunch of teenage kids. So, yeah, he didn't save us. He never saved us. He occasionally tried to point us in the right direction because he thought we were completely incapable. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. Yeah, that tube, that pipe that I'm seeing there, I want to see exactly what that is. So now we need to investigate everything about this body that catches my eye. This, it won't let me click on this, but this is clearly important. This is clearly important, but I can't interact with it. That's bullshit. Okay. Oh! Feet. I'm gonna look at Nagito's feet. If I had eyebrows, they'd be raising. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Oh, that's fair, Coda. That's fair, Coda. I will give you that. You are absolutely right. I am being a bit unfair. If he hadn't done the Russian roulette, we wouldn't have figured that out. That's very true. That's very true. We do owe Nagito for literally taking a bullet for us. Yeah, same, Danu. That's really weird, isn't it? Like, what is that? And how did they tie him up? Like, unless he assented to being tied up at first? Because he thought he was going to be, like, a part of something bigger? According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, but they also stabbed his legs? But why would the killer do something like that? Yeah, he could have been knocked unconscious as well. But that means someone would have had to have snuck up on him very well. Nagito is not easy to surprise, but it's certainly not impossible. I was wondering if that duct tape around his face, maybe he was chloroformed. That kind of comes to mind. But yeah, that knife. I mean, we know Byakuya definitely died because there was a trial. So, and yet somehow I keep thinking about Byakuya. I do keep thinking about Byakuya. I'm wondering if he perhaps unintentionally had a role here somewhere. Why would the killer do that? At any rate, it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a grudge towards him. Fuck Fuyuhiko. Fuyuhiko, who didn't have a grudge against Nagito at this point in the game? Come on. Oh, they might have been torturing him. Torture? I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him in the chest, right? Exactly. Exactly. That's how we know that whoever fucking killed him was real done with his shit. They were so done with him that they wanted to make him suffer. Yeah, this is so very intentional. There's no way. The person who did this is not only proud of what they've done, they thoroughly enjoyed this process. And to be honest, had I been able to trade places with them, I probably would have enjoyed it too. Sorry to all the Nagito lovers out there. Couldn't be me. If you disregard that spear in his chest, the other wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. And Fuyuhiko would be a master of that, definitely. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him? If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Well, maybe they weren't trying to make him confess anything. Maybe they really were just sick of his shit. Was it something that would have led to the traitor? To be honest, I don't think so. I don't think Nagito had discovered who the traitor was yet. I think he was continually bluffing to try and make people think that was the case. But I'm quite confident in my belief that he never actually found out who it was. Well, even if this was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge towards him, refusing to let him die easily. I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. Truly spoken as a consummate professional. Truly spoken as a consummate professional. Isn't he just like such a good egg? Isn't Fuyuhiko such a good egg? I love him. I love him. He's got to make it to the... He has to. Please! If he doesn't make it to the end, I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to give up. He deserves it at this point. You know, he really deserves it. He's tried. He's done so much. He's done so much and worked so hard to be a better person and a bigger person, don't you think? We really appreciate Fuyuhiko in this field. Indeed. Torture wounds. They definitely wanted him to see sadness. One thing you see about the use of the word torture here is that whenever they say it, they specifically mean torturing for information. Oh, I see. The translation thing with the original context wasn't translated with it. Right, understood. That does unfortunately happen. As someone who's translated video games, I can confirm that it's not uncommon to be given nothing but an Excel spreadsheet and a pat on the back. And, yeah, boy, do we hate that. Boy, do we hate that! I love it. I love it when someone sends me an Excel file and says translate all these words with absolutely no extra information. Not even so much information as, like, what genre the game is. just what language A and B are, and good luck. Oh, God, I hate that. And anybody who says that's okay, God, you don't know the trouble of it. It's stress. It's real stress. It's real stress. And it's the result of poor project management. Just gonna go out there and straight up place the blame. Straight up place the blame. Poor project management. To be fair though, this is a game with a lot of words. It probably the localization didn't have like the biggest budget, even though it's like quite a big game. Because I have noticed a few spelling mistakes here and there that have been quite funny to find. Mistakes happen though, it happens. He must have been in great pain. He clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was that to keep him from screaming for help? No, I think that if we take the duct tape off, there might be something in his mouth. Can we do that, please? Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it doesn't help either. It's a good thing his mouth is covered. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to look at him. Well, I don't think it's a good thing his mouth is covered. I think there's something in his mouth. I think there's something in his mouth and we need to take it out. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Jackie moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. Oh, yes! Yes, she's taken it off! Oh my god! Jackie, my goddess, my queen, thank you for doing the thing! I'm so glad. I'm so glad that we have her with us. And in one swift moment, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. Hey, what are you doing? Well, obviously checking that there's nothing been stuffed in his mouth or it's like stuck in his throat. It's entirely possible that he could have actually died from suffocation and all of this other stuff happened later. For fuck's sake, do you want an accurate autopsy or not?
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
But putting the tape back on isn't the issue! You ungrateful swine! You're gonna get cursed! That's not gonna happen. No one's cursing Chiaki, not on my watch. Not on my watch.
The blood on Nagito's face. Looks like it mostly came from the slice on his left arm. If that's the case...
It's no use, she's not listening.
Hey, about the blood spattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape.
Aha! Aha! I might be right about this one. I might be right about this one, Bleaties. He might have been suffocated. Or like, you know, his mouth was covered before everything else happened. Before all of the blood and stuff. So it's entirely possible he may have actually been, like, choked or something first. What's wrong with that?
Oh, this duct tape has crinkles. Like it was sticking towards the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape.
Seriously, what's wrong with that? Well, it's obvious what's wrong with that, isn't it? It's obvious what's wrong with that. Is no one else seeing what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is that if he was already like screaming and stuff, I mean, that wouldn't be the case. So like the breathing in harshly from being stabbed, the suffering, the pain and stuff is what caused him to like, you know, like suck in words. Like that's why it's like in his mouth, if you get what I mean. She means Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get sucked into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? Yes, it absolutely is. Yes. Because this helps us with like the time of death for a start. I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape back on his mouth already.
Yeah, you're right.
No, don't stop! Not yet! I need to look in his mouth! Oh, for goodness sake. I wanted to see if there was anything stuck in his throat, like... Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. That's definitely important. Duct tape has been added. Now this knife feels real important. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could they do something so cruel? Oh, that's so cruel. Not the duct taped mouth or the many stab wounds in the legs or, you know, the impaling in the chest or the tying up. No, the dagger in the hand is where Hajime draws the line. That's cruel. That's the cruel bit, none of the rest of it.
This knife, it must be from the military base.
Military base? Yeah, you know, the one down the road. Remember Hajime? Like, we passed it a dozen times. There's a tank there and the helicopter that killed Teru and stuff. Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife. Yes, it does. But also, they didn't necessarily get it from there. They could have just bought it from the survival section at the murder shop, you know, on Island 1. Because that place has literally fucking every murder tool possible in it.
By the way, It seems the wounds on his legs and left arm were caused by that same knife.
Absolutely, Coda. What will he do now? What will he do now? I mean, he must have been right-handed. And with his left hand all tied up, well... That was the true suffering. That was the true suffering, Coda. Is like all of this... For a brief moment, he thought he was going to be someone's hope, and then he realized all tied up and with his hand, like, impaled. He couldn't get off to the thought of it, and in that instant, he was overcome with despair. I'm just such a comedy genius. I crack myself up.
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs were caused by that same knife.
Which means after the killer was finished stabbing his legs and his left arm, they stabbed the knife through his hand.
And then they finished him off with the spear. How cruel!
Then, does this mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons? A knife and a spear? I mean, I think personally, I think it's three weapons. I think it's whatever that thing on the floor next to his body is. I think that might have had a big hand in his demise. But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with the knife. They could have, but it wouldn't have been fun. Call that a knife?
Exactly, Leo.
With such force that the knife literally got stuck into the floor itself. Absolutely space. I'm still kind of like, what the fuck on that one. Very, very not sure about that. Very not sure about that. Why did they need to use a spear at all? That is definitely strange. Was there a reason they had to use it? I mean, was there a reason? I don't think there was, but I just remember the machinery. I remember the machinery using that spear to put together the robots, right? So I think it's entirely possible that that may have been like the actual scene of the crime, but well, I guess a bit more investigation. The reason they had to use the spear. Knife has been added. Can someone verify the durability of the floor? Honestly, I'd really like that. I would really unironically like that, Coda, because how the fuck else does that make sense? Now this, the burnt rope, this is something I'm very interested in. Why? Why is this one hand, like, kind of, why was it kind of free? You know? Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope. It looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could it be the result of the fire? Oh, as if... I guess that's a possibility? Like... The thing it was attached to just got burnt up in the fire? But why? Why, Bleaties? It must have been concealing a detail. But that's weird. If the rope has burnt off like this... Yeah, exactly, that would be strange, Danyu, right? So that would mean he was alive during the fire? I don't think he was. Another thing we have to remember is that both of those videos we saw were pre-recorded. They weren't live feeds. You know? So he could have been dead already. You know, before we found the videos and the fireworks. I mean, yeah, it's possible that the fire originally perhaps was intended to, like, slowly cremate him. Like, maybe the end of the rope was set on fire and it was meant to consume him, but then the sprinkler system went off unexpectedly. So his body was preserved. I think that's possible, Space. I really do. Because I don't think the spear is what actually killed him. I think the spear is an additional wound. I think the spear is just an additional wound. But why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Oh, exactly. Burned rope. So, I think that's an interesting point. He doesn't have any smoke on him. I mean, they were separated by the curtain, but a curtain's not going to stop smoke, really, is it? Right, what else? So we've looked at the knife, we've looked at the rope, we've looked at his face. Right, we better look at the left side. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this looks like a slice. If it was an intentional slice, that could well have been for the purpose of bleeding him out. Because there's definitely an important vein or artery in there. Yeah, I agree, Daniel. His body is in good condition despite how close it was to the fire. Meaning that either it was well covered or more likely it was higher up. But seeing where everything is tied, I mean, it looks like he's tied to the floor, which is very strange. Oh, his hair always looks like a bird nest, doesn't it, Daniel? Always looks like a bird nest. But you would expect it to be sooty. You'd expect all of him to be sooty, right, Bleaties? Like, he's just been next to a big warehouse fire, but he looks totally pristine, and besides the fact he's dead and covered in blood, of course. No accounting for that. That's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to the other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound and there's blood everywhere.
There's something strange.
Strange? What?
Look at the palm of his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood spatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm.
Yeah, almost like he was holding something. Like he was holding something. Is it possible that maybe he partly did this to himself? I mean, it certainly is a handsome death, Space, I agree. It definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it's spattered. But that makes no sense because it's perfectly the inside of his hand, which is... That's the sort of thing that isn't an accident. That means he must have been holding something because there's blood everywhere else. He had to be holding something.
Well, that would explain the blood on his palm, but...
There's something else that's strange.
Oh, when you flip it over and look at the back of his hand, there's also blood, but only above the middle joint of each finger.
Because something was wrapped. Okay. Yeah, he might have been holding the knife, but also if the back of his hand wrapped in something, wrapped with something. You know? It's possible. You're right. Why is it only on this part?
See, it's just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win.
Oh, Jackie's not letting that fucking win-lose ratio drop. She beat us. She beat us to pointing out the obvious. That's 1 to Jackie and 0 to us.
1-0 to Jackie. It's okay, I'll allow it because you're a goddess.
Yeah, maybe the killer couldn't finish the deeds. We did it for him. I mean, I'd like to wish that was the situation, but the look of despair on his face just kind of makes me think that he genuinely felt that he was in a hopeless situation. What is her name? Chiaki. I assume you mean Chiaki. Chiaki Nanami. Chiaki always wins. It's 1-0. I wouldn't even need to let Chiaki win because she would probably kick my ass every time. Yeah, sure. You win. That's right! DJ and Chiaki have almost identical names. You're both winners! Yeah! It's almost exactly the same. Her name is Wife or Goddess. Honestly, she's my goddess. My waifu. My darling. My angel. My everything. Without her, we'd never have made it this far. We'd never have made it this far. So, still a shame about Mahiru, though. Still a shame about Mahiru. She had such survival energy, and I guess that's probably why she didn't, but I really wanted her to stick around for a bit longer than she did. But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood spatter like this? I mean, to me it seems like maybe the rope was tied around his hands. Because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking maybe he's not supposed to be laid flat on the floor. Yeah, it's honestly, considering the amount of like injuries, it's not nearly as bloody as it could have been. I would be expecting a lot more, like a lot bigger of a puddle. Definitely Danyu. Yeah, this is, to me, that kind of looks like he had to be holding something or his hand was wrapped. Maybe he was holding the knife himself, trying to get free. Well, I guess we have to address the elephant in the room, which is the spear. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply in Nagito's stomach.
There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound. Oh my, was this such a strange looking spear, isn't it? Quite expensive from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see, I see. You use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the blow with the spear. Is this your first time looking at this too?
Wait, I just used the wrong voice. Whenever Monokuma is on screen, I just get completely absorbed. Isn't he just completely captivating? Completely captivating. Is this your first time looking at it too?
Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir, right?
Ah, Gungnir! That's Odin's spear. Odin, the god, the father, the all-father of Scandinavian folklore, or as they say in Swedish, the Allfader, the all-father. He's which raises the question of why the fuck would this spear of Gungnir be here? It should not be here. You definitely just came up with that right now. If it wasn't confirmed that those wounds were real, you'd say he died pretending to be murdered. Honestly, Space, it felt like this to me, this case feels like Nagito was going to help somebody with something, but yeah, it backfired. In quite a critical way, I might add.
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did that spear come from?
I feel like I saw it at Nezumi Castle. Did we see it at Nezumi Castle? Did maybe one of the suits of armor, one of the knights standing around had them?
What? Nezumi Castle? I was designed to be afraid of mice, so I can't go in there.
Ah, yes. But I'm not afraid of mice, so I, EP Sheepy, absolutely can go in there. So how about we do that?
Damn you mice. place, damn you all to hell.
Damn, that's a nice reference to the original Planet of the Apes. If anyone is old enough to have seen that. I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. More importantly, we need to focus on the investigation. What do you mean, more importantly? The castle's a part of the investigation. We literally just proved that. Like, ugh, okay, fine. Right, we're gonna go to the castle after this. Surely. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of the handle. It looks like that part has blood on it too. It does, and I think that maybe Nagito was holding on to that. I think it was possible that Nagito was trying to not be killed. For some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it, because that's where Nagito was holding on to it, right? Surely? That makes sense? That makes sense, doesn't it, Bleaties? It's about the size of a human fist. Oh, okay. Okay. Forget the subtlety. Forget the subtlety. For a second, Ippy thought she was being super smart with her 2 whole brain cells, and now Hajime's like, no, I have to spell it out for you in the most obvious possible way. It's as big as a human fist, so you know, no more need to deduce. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Also, Chiakan mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nazumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. Yes, definitely. It's not like a maybe, it's a definitely. Why would you not? Spear of Gungnir has been added to the truth bullets. Oh, thank you, DJ. Oh, you need to have some rest. Well, I appreciate you lurking, and thank you so much. Have a good rest, Jackie. Have a good rest. Thank you for being here. Oh, I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. I mean, that's what he says, but jeez, I can't believe I'm actually investigated such a grisly looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Well, to be fair to Hajime, Bleaties, at this point, we've seen a lot of shit. You know, we've seen a lot of bodies, a lot of gruesome sights and unpleasant situations. It's natural that a bit of desensitization is going to finally have happened. Does this mean I'm used to it? I mean, yeah, I think it means you're traumatized. It means that you're going to have a long period of time with extensive and expensive therapy bills. My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible, and I have to investigate his death so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? I mean, yeah, because for the last however long, this has been your normal life. You know? That's just... it makes sense to me that this would become your norm. Oh, bless you, Danu. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope that you have some good sleep. Have a good rest. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow at the same time. So good night, Daniel, and bye-bye. Bye-bye. That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. To be honest, I kind of feel like that's, you know, that is why Nagito is so abnormal, is he's been exposed to so much of this. Well, we know that that's that. Let's have a real quick change of pace. Let's check up on Shibimi. Okay, Snake Hemi is thankfully fine. Let's give her water. Let's give her a water. We want her to stay happy. Ah! The happy face! Always ready for some EP stream. Thank you so much, Danu. Thank you. Always appreciate your presence. So we have a Monokuma plushie with a big hole in it. Which is very interesting because it looks approximately the same shape as that weight. Monokuma's dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. How stupid can you be, Hajime? That's clearly a plushie. Hey. No response. He's dead, Jim. Oh, now a Star Trek reference? Wow, we're ticking them off. We're ticking them off. Oh, great job, Coder! I'm very glad. I'm very glad to hear that you've managed to beat the final boss. Great job. Great job. Eepy sheepy. Extremely profitable sheep. Super happy for you. Super happy for you. This is obviously not the Monokuma. Just kidding. I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-size plushies that was being produced in the factory? It clearly is, and it's covered in blood. It's covered in blood. I think we found a clue. I think we found a clue. If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. Yeah, because the plushie doesn't have a bazooka, my bad. You're a stuffed animal too. Hey, less of the stuffed. Less of the stuffed, please. Don't put oversized garbage there, it's so misleading. Oversized garbage? Is she talking about the plushie? What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? Then why'd he do it? Making a hole like it got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood? Why did he try to imitate Nagito's body or something? I don't think he did. I think this is just pure coincidence. No, I think it's something... I sincerely think, Bleaties, that that's something to do with the weight. You know, the weight that is covered in blood next to Nagito's body. I don't think it's an accident. I think they are very, very related. I had nothing to do with that. Huh? He's probably lying. I mean, maybe, but falsifying evidence isn't really a Monokuma thing to do. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there. Or I don't know, like the actual dead body just over there, either or, really. You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monomi. But you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe you out easily, you know. Yeah, he's got bazookas. He's got bazookas! I won't give in to your threats. I'll fight you until the very end. Well, you haven't been doing much fighting so far, Monomi, so I'm not really inclined to believe you, and you still haven't fixed your magic stick, so... I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. World supremacy? In what world did she think that she was, like, at the apex? There's absolutely no universe in which Monomi is the apex of civilization. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Could the killer have done this? Maybe Sephiroth did this. Did you think about that? Could have been Griffith. If so, is this Nagito's blood? Honestly, yes, I think it might actually be. I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Monokuma plushie has been added. I mean, it kind of feels like, to me, maybe either the weight, like, was in here, like, it was, maybe it was a trap. Wait, maybe that's it. Maybe it was a trap. Maybe it was like a time thing. The fire was needed to, like, burn through the rope, and the rope was, like, attached, like, the weight was, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it again. I'm overthinking it again. This game is just such ADHD. A lighter, you say? There's a lighter? That was well hidden. Well pixel hunted. Ah, this is an oil lighter. Why an oil lighter specifically? I guess maybe he can't say Zippo for legal reasons. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It also looks like the fire did extensive damage here. Yeah, and look, there's all those stupid bottles that didn't really help stop the fire at all. I'm not convinced that they were meant to put out the fire, you know. I'm starting to think they were actually filled with like petrol or kerosene or something. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. If the oil lighter was placed here... Oh! An oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm. Why, do people in your country not have central heating? They just gather around oil lighters? Sonia? Is that a normal thing in your country? Are you depriving people of a method of central heating? Do you freeze your people? It is a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire. Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them. Yeah, so someone could have been in here and run off. It is possible. Using the oil lighter. Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick? Who knows what she does in her country, for real, Leo. I'm not convinced her country is real still. I'm not convinced her country is real still. Excuse me while I have a quick nibble, because guess what? EP's got chocolate raisins! EP's got chocolate raisins, and they're really yummy. I recommend everybody buys chocolate raisins. Yeah, right? Murder might actually be legal where she comes from. We don't know. Like, she might even, you know, we really don't know anything about her country, and whenever we ask, we learn the strangest things. Like, how most of the country watches an old anime show, and almost all of the kids know how to drive tanks, and literally what the fuck. You know, it bamboozles me. I can't help but wonder. I don't think our country's real. I don't think our country's real. I think it's in her head. And she's absolutely delusional. The killer probably planned to destroy the evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused a fire to destroy evidence. That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene. But what? Why but? That's legitimate. Yeah, these fire grenades, can we just address these? Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... Yes, it's probably from when you threw them. But also, it didn't seem to stop the fire at all, so how do we know that there was anything in there? Oh, they weren't that useful in the end. They weren't useful, no. They weren't useful basically at all. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. Also, speaking of the sprinklers, like, surely they should have gone off sooner? Why were they so desensitized? You know? I'm starting to wonder, is it possible that maybe Nagito's body was actually like suspended? Maybe it was higher up at first? And it fell? Is that a thing perhaps? Well, nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. I mean, it is if we don't know what's in it. It would be nice to know. Can we look up? Can we see anything? Is there anything up here? There's nothing up here. Just the plushie? I don't spot anything else. Let's just double check. There's nothing down the sides. More fire grenades. The lighter. Akane. There's not really something to look at. No, I think that seems to be it. Okay, we should talk to people. We should talk to people before we go to Nezumi Castle. If only everyone could go home. Nothing would make me happier. No, we should finish the class trial. Then we can think about what happens after. It mattered for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's, but it looks like it's different this time. Don't matter this time. What doesn't matter? Yeah, what doesn't matter? I've got no idea. The time! Looks like the time doesn't matter. It was clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. If it was at noon, what were we doing at that time? Well, we were in the factory, weren't we? Weren't we running around because Nagito had said that we had until noon? You know? Because then the bomb was gonna go off? What were we doing? Well, right now it's 12:30 p.m. Thank you, Minnie! Thank you, Minnie! Oh, I'm so glad Minnie Maru is still here contributing valuable information. So it's 12:30 p.m, so half an hour ago. So it also has a clock function. Of course, that was a defining feature of his! And that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? It happened that recently? He's totally a fresh kill! Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. I mean, I wouldn't say fresh is a bad way to describe it, maybe just a touch insensitive. When I think of fresh kills, I do tend to think more about livestock or hunting games, certainly not psychopathic teenagers. If it happened 30 minutes ago, was it around the time we were struggling to find the bombs? Yeah, you're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Well, they were meant to explode at noon, and there was a bunch of fireworks instead. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. I mean, not necessarily. Not if it was all, like, arranged ahead of time. You know? Like, it's entirely possible that the time does matter, just not in the way you think it does. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. The killer could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. And they definitely did prepare. They went to our favorite murder shop. You know? The supermarket that sells all the supplies for, like, getting people killed. And you can also buy a bottle of Ramoon and man's nut there. Right? That place. Then whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious. Oh, I had a hiccup, excuse me. But yeah, whoever doesn't have an alibi for that is suspicious, but that isn't anyone. As she's just realized, Akane! Oh, Akane. Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's when we all split up to search for the bombs. Which is exactly why it's really well thought out. Somebody took advantage of that. That's not an accident. Yeah, that's the problem. Somebody knew. I'm still thinking it's Sonya. I'm not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's going to happen? Huh? What's going to happen? This rotten school trip is going to end, right? We can finally go back home. Oh, sweet summer child. Oh, sweet summer child. I got some bad news for you, Kaz. But I don't think it's that straightforward. carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen? Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
What do you mean, something?
Well, I do wonder if it has anything to do with the army of androids that he's making.
He's making us kill each other, you know. What could be worse than that?
Do you want to know? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know. There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's just focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we live through the class trial. Yeah, I know.
And don't bring up strange stuff like that.
I mean, it's not strange. It's normal to have thoughts, okay? Right, let's talk to Soda next because we know he's not going to have anything useful to say. Whereas Chaki probably will have something useful to say because she actually has a brain cell of 10.
One of us killed Nagito in such a cruel way. It's too bizarre. I can't do anything but laugh.
I mean, it's not bizarre. It's 100% deserved.
Right, goddess! My queen, my goddess, my icon. What wisdom do you have for the sheep of EP?
She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling?
Yeah, about that sprinkler.
That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
You can see a girder right next to it, right? There?
Ah! There it is. There it is. Proof. Oh, that's it. Nagito must have been being made to hold on to the weight, hold on to the rope or something. And then when he eventually let go, or when the knife was driven into his hand and he was forced to let go, it went woo over the girder, and because it had his blood on it, that's why it's left a bloody rope mark. I mean, I think that sounds good. I think that sounds good. Can we see the red streak? We can. Well, it's not red. It's pink, but okay. You're right. I definitely see it. It looks like a small red line on the ceiling girder.
Is it blood?
Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right?
Of course there's a way, because it did. Look, it's right there.
Plus, it's in a strange line.
That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange.
It is strange. You're right. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. I'm glad that he says that out loud every single time he needs to remember something. He announces it to everyone. Oh then. I guess that's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just to kill Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. There should have been? I mean, yeah, the motivation could have been that Nagito did discover eventually who the traitor was, and the traitor wanted to shut him up. But that almost seems kind of too obvious. That almost seems kind of too obvious, right? I guess it could be that he had some other piece of information that he wasn't willing to share. The fact that it's specifically he was being tortured for info, but he wasn't giving that info, somebody wanted to know. If not, they wouldn't have gone to all the trouble of tying him up with rope, covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than the fatal one.
Unless you're trying to get information. In that case, yes, you absolutely would inflict pain.
on someone for any other reason than killing them. So, what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out.
Yeah, time to go to the castle! I'm gonna be the prettiest princess in Nezumi Castle.
Oh, I guess maybe I should look at the rest of the warehouse first. Okay. Right. Let's just go backwards. I don't think there's anything else here. I can't look at the sprinklers, even though I want to look at the sprinklers. Oh, what are the books? What are the books? There are a bunch of books stacked on top of each other. Apparently they contain Monokuma's poetry and photos. The sprinklers completely soaked them. I can't turn the pages. Well, it's not like I'm missing much.
No, we're missing a lot! I want to hear Monokuma's poetry.
I want to know what deep, thoughtful insights Monokuma has for us, and I think it's a crying shame that they've been soaked. Truly. It's the Monokuma panels. There are a lot of tipped over Hold on! It was set up like a conga. No! I get it! I get it! When we pushed the door open, it knocked over the Monokumas, and there was a trigger, and that trigger is what set off the fucking lighter. It set off the lighter started the burning started the fire. That's what it is. It was set up. It's like a domino effect. Oh my god, that's gotta be it. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall they should have been neatly stacked away. They were, but it's the door. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess? Wow, Chiaki really hand-holding here, but she's right. Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? So maybe the reason they're tipped over... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, I'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings, slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Yes, because there's something behind the door! Bleeties, we're figuring it out, we're doing it, we're being real investigators! We're top dick. It's not a trap. She just needs to use more force, and she did use more force. She kicked the door open, and it must have knocked these over too. Could it be? Is that it? And there's something else I've been wondering. These Monokuma panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? Yes, they are. Well, they seem to be lying on top of each other in a straight line. They do, like dominoes. They were stacked up one behind the other, and then when someone opened the door, they went and fell over. From pushing over one to the other, to the other. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly. Yeah, because it's not an accident. Isn't this clearly strange? Yes, it is. Strange, and that means we can speculate this was done intentionally. We can speculate it was done intentionally because it definitely was. It definitely was. So we've got the one random one here by itself. Now this MP3 player, what the fuck is this about? Like someone was listening to music while they were torturing him, maybe? Oh, no, wait. This must have been the music that was playing that sounded all like, you know, the hymn music. It must have been coming through this. It must have been, right? Because we could hear music coming from behind the door just as we came inside. This is an MP3 player. There's even a speaker plugged into it. But why is this here? Looks like that weird music was playing from here. You know, the music that was blaring when the fire began? Yeah, you're right. Looks like it's busted from getting drenched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this in the first place? The MP3 player has been added to the true bullets. I mean, if I had to guess, it would be to add to the sense of drama and peril, perhaps. Right, I don't think there's anything else in here. We've got tons of CDs. All these CDs are copies of Monokuma's music. These should have been burned too. Well, they weren't burned, so tough shit. You're so rude. You're so rude. Right, I'm guessing if we just have a quick chat with everyone before we go. Looks like this is completely soaked because of the sprinkler. Even if there was an important clue here, we might not be able to notice it. Yeah, but it's better than the warehouse burning to the ground. Good thing we could stop the fire. Now there was a lot of smoke. It's a good thing we didn't go inside when we were throwing the grenades. I mean, I'm not sure about that. I'm kind of wishing we could have. I'm kind of wishing we'd had a mask of some sort, right? So that we could have gone in and actually seen behind the curtain. I agree. If we did, we would have been caught by the sprinklers and become all wet and soggy.
There's Sonia all wet. She's all drenched and soggy.
Okay, but yuck. Okay, but yuck. Yuck. Thank you, Monokuma. I don't want any of your drenched and soggy talk here. Not now, not later, not ever.
You were thinking that, huh?
I wasn't thinking that at all. Busted. Totally busted. He absolutely was thinking that.
You're responding, Kazuichi. I was asking Hajime.
I mean, yeah, still busted. You're screwing with me.
Oh my! Screwing, how lewd. How lewd. He said a naughty sex word. I was always told not to say naughty things.
Too lewd for me. It's like hand holding in public. Please don't look at me with such fearful eyes. I only imagined it for a second. Okay, but maybe you just shouldn't. Why? Why do you keep letting your intrusive thoughts come out, Kaz? Like, shut up. Just don't say things like this. Kazuichi, you should probably just keep your mouth shut already. Yeah, absolutely. 100% keep your fucking mouth shut. Right, Akane? Ah, yeah, we're still talking about the time. Okay, yep. Let's talk to everyone else real quick. Well, even though I did say I was gonna friggin' kill him, there's no way I'd have actually done it. I was just upset, you know? Yeah, I mean, people do say things they don't mean in moments of heated, heightened emotions. Well, think about the... Oh gosh, I'm getting all voice-tied now. I'm getting all confused. We'll think about the countdown after we live through it. Right, I think everyone has said what they're gonna say, so... Are there? Oh, did I not speak to Sonia? Oh, okay, I think maybe I should speak to Sonia again? I Looks like Sonya's focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I need to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonya, do you have a minute? Hey Sonya, did you fucking kill him? Did you do it? Huh? Did you do it, you sneaky, delusional lunatic? Were you the murderer all along? Everything about the way that she reminds me of Nagito and Junko just bothers me so much. Yes, what is it? I want to talk to you about when the fake bomb that Nagito set exploded in the warehouse. Oh? Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It is alright. It is not a bomb. Why did you know the bombs were fake? Indeed! Why did you know the bombs were fake? How did you know? Huh? Huh? That's real fucking sussy, Miss Princess. Well... That's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be securing the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time? Wow, he's really grilling her, Bleaties. Oh my... Do you suspect me? It's a misunderstanding. I'm not the killer. Jesus, shit, you son of a bitch. That's too funny. That's too funny. No. Oh dear. That's not how you use those words. Sonya? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall calm down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the island, I discovered a vast amount of bombs there. Huh? At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept silent the whole time. Does that mean that when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them? And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you were late when we all gathered. And because of that, I reached the conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. Okay, Wheaties. I'm not saying I don't believe her, but I am saying that Hajime filled in enough blanks there for her that she didn't really do a great deal of explaining herself. I'm not saying that makes her guilty. But I am saying that we might be giving her more credit than perhaps she deserves. I'm still not convinced. How did you find out the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. Sorry, what? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. And I thought I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin. While Monomi is just like standing there watching? That seems real strange. However, that plan was an utter failure. The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. Oh, God damn it all to hell. I see, so that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake. Okay, I'm not meaning to be continually unfair, but I'm gonna be a bit unfair and say that I don't think that's entirely true. Also, the fact that Monomi is in this scene implies there might have been a bit more to it. Like, Monomi might have been involved here. I mean, why? I see. I did as Monomi as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Yeah? If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Yeah, because... I'm sorry, I am never gonna get tired of seeing fucking Kaz get yeeted like a fucking PS1 era ragdoll. Oh, get tossed, loser! That never stops being funny. That never stops being funny. But that bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But the bomb for the reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe the bombs he said was real as well. If so, then Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. Okay, but that's completely normal, Bleaties. Like, when have Nagito's actions never been extremely calculated? They've always been extremely calculated. That's what he does. That's what he does. But the problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything. There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. No, I think there is still reason for me to doubt you. I'm not accepting that answer. Hajime might accept that answer. Bleaties. And maybe even some of the Bleaties accept that answer. But I don't. I think there's more to it than that. Sonia's account has been added. Alright, I pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some, but there are still so many things I don't understand yet. You look worried. The way that she stops you with like the immediate JoJo pose. Yeah, I am. At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. You mean it's good to investigate other places as well? Well, we'd already said we were going to go to Nezumi Castle, so that must be where we're going. She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the scene of the crime. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nezumi Castle where the spear came from, and Nagito's room too. If I'm going to understand the reason for his actions, I need to know more about him. Does this mean we're finally gonna get to learn his secret? Are we finally gonna learn about like Nagito's true motive? Because that would be super cool. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating. Hey, you guys! Isn't it about time we leave and try exploring other areas? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her. Oh, she has such presence! She has such presence, Bleaties. They know. They know to come and stay with her because she's amazing. I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seems we have the same idea. But is it safe? That won't be anyone's guard the crime scene. We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. I guess you're right. Also, it looks like the clues we found aren't enough to piece this incident together. It's really not, Bleaties. We've got many knowledge holes and we've got to fill those gaps. And fast, because the Monokuma clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Gotta beat it, gotta beat it. So we need to search for them in other areas. Probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, We'd have to give up completely. I don't think giving up is an option. For me, it's not an option. You really don't need to say that. Then it's okay if we leave this place? It's okay? Mini Mario, I wish you'd come back to us and stop all of these kids from being mad at each other and just be a good leader. Give them the leadership they need. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. Yeah, you're right. I need to find Nagito's killer and shake their fucking hand. Oh my god, thank you for getting rid of him. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my god. I want to throw them a fucking party. I want to shake both their hands. I want to kiss their feet. I will bake them a cake. Thank God. If we don't if we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. And that's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. So, no more standing around. Time to check everything out. So we should probably go to the factory because it's the closest. Let's check up on Snakemi. Snakemi is good. Snakemi is good. Right, let's come into the factory. I need to know if those fire extinguisher grenades. I need to know if they were actually grenades or if it's all just one big ruse. Right, Sonia, what do you think? What do you think? I have never seen so many Monokumas in all my life. I mean, I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Bleaties, if you woke up one morning and there were thousands of Monokumas filling your house, what would you do? What would you do? I mean, personally, I think I'd shit my pants. You know? Where have they come from? Who sent them? Am I being billed for this? How am I gonna, like, get them out of my house without, like, contributing to littering, you know? What do we do? Well, Monokuma isn't exactly someone you'd normally run into. However, while I was staring at all these Monokumas, a thought occurred to me. A thought occurred. Again, the yeeting. The yeeting of Kaz. Forever funny. The bomb that went off at the lobby might have been set up here. Hmm? Oh? Oh? If you hide the bomb inside a Monokuma plushie, it would make a frightening weapon. Do you not think the group is forcing us to kill each other with devise something like that? A plushie bomb is an act of terrorism. Let us rip apart right away so we can confirm it. I mean, yeah, but I really don't think there's any explosives in the bears. We could look anyway, though. Hold on. If there was a bomb inside these, wouldn't it explode if we carelessly mess with it? Either way, it is all gravy. Okay, that's such a specific Americanism. That's such a specific Americanism, Bleaties. What? Why, as a weeb, why would she be using that phrase? Gravy. What the hell does that mean? Stop! There's no bomb.
No! If you just pick me up, see? All you feel is soft weight of cotton.
You are right. Then where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
I wonder. I'm gonna give you guys a hint and you should know it wasn't from the military base.
I agree. I think if it was from the military base it would be too obvious. I think it's comprised of stuff bought from the murder shop. It's that damn murder shop again, Bleaties. Every time.
To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier. Yeah, but it was Bants, innit? It was Bants! He's not gonna tell you if it was for a joke.
Well, I thought if I kept it quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why I'm now telling you for the first time. Oh, I feel relieved.
But if the bomb wasn't from the military base or this factory, he brought it from the Octagon. Yeah, so he must have had it this whole time? How the fuck did he sneak it out with nobody noticing? Well, I guess people do avoid him, to be fair. Nobody really wants to be around Nagito too much, and I completely relate. I completely relate.
I must say you have a good eye there, Sonia. Putting a bomb inside one of my plushies seems like a splendid idea. Let's try it.
Did I say something I should not have? I don't think you said something you shouldn't have. I think that you just accidentally, unintentionally gave Monokuma even more excellent ideas. Even more of those excellent ideas of his. It's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Okay, so we're now at Monokuma's account. Are there any more Mono stickers in here? Hey Phoenix, good to see you! I hope you're having a lovely Sunday! It's good to see you! The break room is on the other side of this door. That's where I obtain the fire grenades. Thank you! Always appreciate the kind words. Anything inside? There's nothing on the floor that looks like a clue, not even trash. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't let me in! Okay, so I'm still not allowed to go in the staff room, which feels kind of bullshit, to be honest. Alright, so we have all of this again.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die! Please don't die!
How will you like watch my stream if you're dead? Don't do that. No, we very much want everyone here alive. Right, let's take a double tap on this device. Apparently the bombs that were stuffed on this truck were fireworks. Which reminds me, the truck looks like it came from the military base. You'll watch it as a ghost, Phoenix! Oh, bless you. I appreciate you. It looks like he came from the military base, so he must have brought it from there. But other than that, there's nothing else. Okay, so I think we're kind of done here. It's an enormous machine, but it's stopped, so it has nothing to do with anything. Is there any stuff, like, in high places? I kind of feel like there isn't anything else here. Right, okay, we're gonna leave this one. You'll possess a plushie and cuddle in my lap. Oh, okay. Okay, that sounds cute. We love plushies. Okay, so we're gonna go outside. It's time to go outside. We have lots of places that need to be looked at. Can I interact with the TVs? I cannot. I wondered if that might have been one of the Monokumas. Did we need to go in there? I don't think we really need to, no. So we've been in the factory. We need to check out this military base. We definitely need to check out the military base. Jabberwock Army. I never get over the Jabberwock thing, because obviously Jabberwock is the name of a monster from Alice in Through the Looking Glass. It's a poem, you know. Beware the Jabberwock, my friend. Okay, so we've got our biggest simp is here. Kaz is here. We've got a truck that's got tons of stuff in it. When I try looking through the truck bed, it's empty and there's nothing there. When I first came here, there was something on the truck bed, which means Sonia was telling the truth. The bombs had disappeared, indeed. Because they were on the sheet. They were on the seat. But did Nagito know the bombs weren't real? It's possible he thought they were real. I don't think so. I don't think Nagito doesn't know the difference between fireworks and explosives. That seems kind of insane.
Aww. I smell like cotton candy and marshmallows. Cute, sweet smells. Cute, sweet smells. Yummy, yummy. But please don't eat me. I might smell like candy floss, but I promise you, I really don't taste like it. No, never mind. He said as much in his videos. Exactly, he did. He made it clear he knew. So we're surprised. He knew. He knew. He knew the bombs were fake. He did as much as he did just to get the result that he wanted. No, is that really it? Did Nagito only do that to expose the traitor? I mean, was that really the reason in the first place? Maybe there was a different motive behind his actions. I do rather feel that there are. Oh, we dinged! Ding, ding, ding! Oh, thank you, Phoenix.
A huge supply of guns and other firearms are stuffed into the truck bed. I found it! What did you find? Well, that truck bed over there has guns in it, but I also found stuff like a survival knife. Oh, come on, but the survival knives could have come from the shop. Wait, that's the same kind of knife that stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Oh no! Which means the killer obtained that knife here. Again, I don't think necessarily. Probably yes, but I do think it's also possible to get one of those knives from the murder supermarket, Death or Us, on island number 1. Because if we remember, that's where Byakuya got his too. So they come from here, but they're also available on other islands. That could be a misdirect. So the killer is someone who visited this base at least once, which is like everybody. If Shiba was in the building, she'd be the biggest candy shop or never-ending buffet of sweets. Aww.
I hope I'm the never-ending buffet of sweets because I want to continually make people happy. I want to share all of the sweets with everyone. I think that would be super cute.
That's everyone, though. Nah, not me. This is the first time I've been here. That sounds fishy. Yeah, I'm not sure I believe that. I'm not sure I believe that from him. So we have the helicopter. The tanks. I do wonder about this. Oh, was the knife under the table a regular kitchen knife? Man, it was a little while ago, Carter. I could be misremembering. Does Kaz have anything of value to say? Damn it, this dangerous place is the reason all this messed up stuff is happening. Leaving guns out in the open is totally dangerous. Seriously, they gotta take better care of these.
Yeah, stop leaving your guns out in the open. That's such a terrible idea.
Can you tell I live in the UK and we don't really have guns? I think guns are terrifying. The only time you see people with guns is either people arming, like the armed police around Buckingham Palace in London, or if you go to any airport. At the airports, especially the London airports, there are police that are armed, right? But otherwise, you don't see guns here, so it's really spooky to me. If there's a person with a gun, I'm very spooked. I'm very spooked. It's easy to say that, but there's no one on this island that can do that. I guess we could have a quick look at the tank again. Just kind of noticing the Monokuma icons on it, like stickers and stuff. If the bombs were fake, this might be fake too, but I'm not brave enough to check for myself. Yeah, people who aren't afraid of guns are definitely American because you grow up with them, right? Like it's very normalized in the USA, but for me it's real spooky. Oh, come on. Don't be a wimp. Don't be a wimp. Okay, I guess that Monokuma on the vehicle isn't the sticker I'm looking for. Okay, so that's nothing to do with it. Is there anything? That's a weird quirk. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything else here for me to look at that needs investigating. I think we've seen it all here. We've seen it all here, Bleaties, so let's leave this place. Let's leave this place! Be glad people can't just obtain guns like every corner of the— I mean, yeah, same. I definitely think there's a lot to be said for the careful management of dangerous firearms. Snake hit me is fine. The very careful management and regulation of things that can very, very, very easily kill someone. And I know there's an argument to be had. I've heard all of the arguments, right? The whole like, oh yeah, but knives kill people too. And yes, I live in the UK. I'm well aware. I am well aware that stabbing people kills people as well. We have a lot of that going on over here. But somehow with a gun, it's just a lot more frightening because it can do so much more damage with so much, like, less, I guess. Water kills people, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Even more, like, people drown all the time. They don't know how to swim. Anything really can be a weapon if you try hard enough. But there's just something about guns as a non-US citizen that I find very alarming. A plushie factory. Wait, was there more to investigate in those places? I was sure I'd looked enough. Yeah, we should probably go to the 4th island. Okay. Yeah, Sheepy has no interest in doing a murder death kill. Definitely not. Definitely not. I'm far too soft for that. I don't even like killing insects. I feel bad about it. Death by hugs. Oh, that would be simultaneously a great death and an awful death. Ah, hold on, back here, the spears. Look at that, one of them is indeed missing. It is missing. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is hanging from the wall. This spear is definitely it, right? Just as I thought, looks exactly like the spear that killed Nagito. Same whip-like cord is attached to the handle, and there's a weight at the end of it. I do wonder why though, it's more like a harpoon than a spear, having the weight on. Plus, it looks like one of the spears on the wall is missing. But how would you be high enough to reach up there? That's quite high up the wall. There's no mistaking it. The killer took one of the spears and used it as a weapon. Spear of Gunnera. Monokuma would totally come up with a lame name like that. But why did the killer use the spear and the knife? It feels like something very symbolic, doesn't it, Bleaties? Yeah, they could have just killed him with a knife. It would have been easier too. There's no way a spear like this with this unnecessary cord thing on the end was easy to use. No, I don't think it was easy to use, but I do think it helped make for an excellent trap set. Definitely looks hard to wield. Still, they chose this spear for a reason. What could it be? I feel tired. No matter how much I investigate, I don't feel any closer to the truth. It's probably why I feel this way. I'm feeling this strange feeling I've never felt before. As if Nagito is trying to make us suffer even after he's died. Well, Now's not the time to think about stupid things. I haven't even investigated the cottage yet. It's too early to start complaining. If we investigate that place, we might be able to find some kind of clue. Alright, let's go. If we investigate that place, I'm guessing he's talking about Nagito's room, right? So let's go out of here. Let's go out of here and park ourselves in front of Nagito's humble cottage. His very humble abode. So back to the first island. Back to the first island. Oh, do you know what? Oh, it's so tempting, isn't it? I'm gonna do a quick gacha. I can't help it. I'm addicted. A quick mono gacha. Come on, let's give it a shot. We're gonna win big, aren't we? We're gonna win big, pleaties. What is that? It's a VHS. I have so many coins. Let's just get it down to a nice round number. We got a carrot! But we don't even have anyone to give the carrot to. Give it to me! I want the carrot. Give me a carrot. EP loves carrots, especially raw carrots. I love the crunch. Okay, we must be getting really full with our collection because we're at the point where we have almost a 3/4%. Yeah, need to save some coins. Very true. They definitely knew gacha was gonna be addicting. Oh, they did. They did, Coder. They've got me banged to rights. Right, last one. Ooh, it's one of those forks that you like bang on the side of a table or something, and it's like it resonates. You know, it's like, I wish I could remember. We used to use those for music. Oh no, gacha's not a new concept, but well, it's not new in general, but certainly it's something that's only become more mainstream in the West very recently. But I'm very conflicted. I love gacha mechanics because I find it fun, but it is absolutely dangerous as hell. It could be real bad. It could be real bad for someone with too much of an addictive personality. Okay, we're back at the hotel. I'm gonna park myself outside Nagito's room. If I can just remember which side he's on. Do you know what? They've done it for us. Right, time to save. Bleaties. It is. Isn't that so? That's too sad. It's too sad. Bleaties, it's time for today's stream to end. But thank you so much for coming and spending time with me today. I appreciate you so much. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. It's, you missed me already? I haven't even gone yet. Oh. But it's that time. I'm gonna choose a channel to raid. I hope that you will show them absolute love. Let me see. Is anybody else playing Danganronpa? It doesn't look like it. Oh no. Hang on, let me just search. Search by Danganronpa 2. It can't only be me. Surely. Okay, no, perfect. Okay, so there's a stream that's gonna be starting. And they are also about to play Danganronpa 2, Justice Complete. I don't know how far through they are, but I hope that you will show them some love and some appreciation. They're a PungTuber by the looks of it. So, ready to raid in a few seconds. Once again, thank you all so much for coming and spending time with me. I appreciate you immensely. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow, 12 o'clock UK time, carrying on exactly from where we pick up now. So until then,
Love you lots, have a lovely day, and bye-bye!